We're going. Here we are. First episode of The Daily Show. Now we have some major breaking news today, and it was probably the quickest transfer I've ever seen happen in my years following Arsenal. We have Norgaard from Brentford going to Arsenal. I think the final agreement was 11 million euros. So that's a good deal. First bid was rejected, and I think that was a little bit below 10 million. So yeah, 11 million euros. Great deal, in my opinion. This is obviously Thomas Partey replacement, coming from the news that he was not going to be coming back at the end of his contract. He's going to let it ride. So, excuse me. So that's good news. I mean, this is a quick replacement. Now we have Zubamendi, Norgaard, Odegaard, Declan Rice. Who am I missing? Man, I'm missing someone. Can't think about it. But yeah, we're good. Let's take a look at this. I mean, this is like it just happened. I mean, this is the quickest transfer I've seen. As you can see, it's just filled. I mean, we got the Ornstein bomb early. Let's try that. Let's take a look at this Ornstein bomb. Arsenal in the process of finalizing agreement with Brentford to sign Christian Norgaard. Dialogue continues between Arsenal midfielder over contract length at Emirates. Medical for 31-year-old Denmark international being planned. 31. Partey was 32, I believe. So, I mean, we're trading old for old. You know, I mean, this guy is clearly squad depth here, and that's okay. Honestly, we need the depth. We were running so thin last season, so we need this. You know, he's a good Jorginho. What was Jorginho for us? He would come in every now and then, and when he did, he was good. Norgaard is a leader. He showed that. He's wearing the captain's armband in this picture. He's a leader, and we know that. And that's good. That's what we need. We're bringing in, this is, in my opinion, this is not a Partey replacement. This is a Jorginho replacement, 100%. He has the same characteristics as him, same tendencies. He's bigger, faster, stronger. This seems like a Jorginho upgrade. Jorginho is so good for us off the bench. Like, there was so many games. Liverpool last year? Came in, absolutely housed them. 3-1, great performance. And honestly, it was probably because of him. He did a great job controlling the midfield. He was a good number 6 for us, a good backup number 6, and that's what we needed. When Declan Rice was going farther and farther up the field, we needed someone to step in. When Thomas Partey, who was not really reliable, you know, people praise him right now because he had such a good year. Okay, I hear that. He did have a great year for us. He played in 50-some games, 50-odd games. Awesome. Look at the season before that, though. He was so unreliable for us. He was injured. Year in, year out, he was injured. He was not a consistent player. This year, his contract year, he starts playing well. Obviously, he wanted some money, and he knew that. He knew that he could probably step up his game and get a new contract and get a better contract. Well, that's not happening. We're saving so much money by bringing this guy in because he's not demanding whatever, 200 grand a week. We're not playing Thomas Partey. We're not paying a 32-year-old 200 grand a week. It's not happening. Instead, we're paying Norgaard, I think it's like 40 is what I saw, which is 40 grand a week. I mean, for a 3-year contract, that's a deal. Now, that could definitely be wrong, but if the reports are saying 40 and we're paying him 40 a week and we're paying Zubamendi, I don't know, 120, wow. They're saving so much money on wage that we can then splash the cash. We can get Rodrigo. This saves up the wage for Rodrigo. This saves up the wage for Sesko. for Gyökeres, those are the players that we need. These are the players that we need to bring in. They raise our floor, and they honestly still save us enough wage room to pay for the Seskos, for the Rodrigos, for the Gyökereses. So, I mean, it speaks for itself, really. Now, I saw this one thing, and I think it was from Clinical Kai. Find it. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me look for this. So we do this. I need to follow these people. Seriously. And we'll take a look at some of the highlights from Norgaard. I mean, it's incredible. He's a good player. He really is. We're seeing reports that Saliba's going, or not Saliba. I'm looking at Saliba right now. That Gyökeres dropped Nike, is going to Adidas. Huge for us. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. Now, this is £100 million player versus what we just paid, £11 million. Look at this. This is last season. This is Moise Caicedo, Christian Norgaard. Wow. Shot accuracy, 59. Now, I'm sure he's not taking as many shots as Moise Caicedo. He does pull it from pretty deep, and maybe it works for him, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Assists. 0.2. What is this averaging? I mean, forward passes 15. I hope this is per 90. I'm not too sure, but I mean, still. Tackles is, I mean, still a 2.6. That's good. Now, take on success rate. That's pretty good. Almost 60. We kind of want that. We're above average. And this is the big one. Duels. What does Arteta preach all the time to these players? Duels. Duels win games. And we know that. And this is a height upgrade from Jorginho. This dude is 6'1", I believe. I mean, that pays for itself. We have a great player coming in, and he's coming off the bench. He's not going to be a starter for us, but he's a leader off the bench. Interceptions. Barely beats him. That's close. And they're tied right here, but I mean, this is the Brentford captain. I think he's valued on FootMob 24, 25. This dude we got him for 11. This guy, one of the most expensive Premier League transfers, and he's not putting in the numbers. I mean, that doesn't speak for itself. I don't know what will. We are playing Moneyball right now. Moneyball. That's exactly what we need to be doing if you want to save up for the people like the Seskos, like the Gyökereses, like the Rodrigos. That's exactly what we need to do. It's awesome. It's beautiful what we're doing here. Now, let's go back. Because Fabram tweeted something interesting. Here it is. Now, this is what we're getting to, right? We're looking for anything we can get. Seriously, anything. I mean, Instagram following. That's what we're relying on right now. But hey, this striker saga has gone on for, feels like an eternity. It's happening. It's been, June 6th is when Fabram, I think, initially tweeted that we've opened talks and we're pursuing Sesko. Now, I'll give my opinion out now. Sesko is the man I want. He's young. He's got time to develop. He's an athletic freak. 6'5", quick, and he's bagged a lot of goals for a 22-year-old, and that's great. And I know I've seen some people online saying, watch a game now. And I will be honest, I haven't watched a Leipzig game. I will have seen the highlights of him when he does score. And it's good. It's good. But again, I have seen him miss a lot. And people are saying who watch the league, who watch the Bundesliga, consistently are saying that he misses the big chances. Now, that's not what we need. You know, we have Kai Havertz. He's clinical. He is good when it comes in front of the goal. But we do need to be, 1-2-0 up for Kai Havertz to score. And that's okay. He's still bagging goals. That's okay. But we need someone who's going to get the goal for us, And I think Sesko is a great young player that we can develop. And I think Arteta has really proven his ability to develop these younger guys. We have Nweri breaking into the squad. We have Lewis Skelly breaking into the squad. He gave Saka his real start on the right side. So, Arteta's proven to develop players, and that's exactly what we need to do right now. We need to develop these players, and I think that's where we could do the right thing by bringing in Sesko. But I also think Gyökeres, who's probably hitting his prime right now, and he's eager to make the move. Eager. He's changing sponsorships. He's holding out on Sporting, saying he's not going to train, he's not going to do this, not going to do that, he's not going to play for Sporting. Why are we not pursuing that guy? Sesko's given us this hard time. If the reports are true, release clause, high wages. Gyökeres is practically standing outside of Soba training center and saying, are you going to let me in? He's knocking on the door. Now that's what we want. That's what we need. And I think Arteta said that a million times, that he only wants to bring in people that want to play for this club. So what are we doing? Why are we waiting so long? Now, I don't want to get too impatient because there's so much time left in the summer to go, and we really don't want to rush into anything. And I don't want our business to be done yet. I really don't. And I think this is a good sign. We have 3 players coming in for sure. We had Zubimendi already waiting to be announced, Kepa waiting to be announced, and now Norgaard. Now, I know the fans are probably like, oh, what is that? Those aren't exciting transfers. Sure, but those are what we need. Depth, quality depth. Kepa was the most expensive keeper to be transferred, to be paid for in the Premier League. 72 million euros. We got him for 5. That saves us so much budget for a big player. Now we see that Rodrigo has the ability to leave for 77 million euros. Okay, well, now that we spent 5 million on a backup keeper, 11 million on a Jorginho replacement. We already paid the 60, but it's in installments. 20 million a year. Easy. We are saving so much money. We have to give Berta his flowers. We look at Edu. He's working on one deal at a time, slowly but surely. We're hearing all this news about Sesko Gyökeres. Okay, but at the same time, we're also getting deals done. This is the 3rd deal done. Yes, it's quick. 5 hours, I'm pretty sure max it took. But that's okay. That's what we need from this club. We need urgency. And we saw something. We saw a great market opportunity. Brentford were willing to do business with us quickly, and we got it done. Easy. Kepa, we saw a market opportunity, 5 million euros for a great quality backup keeper, despite what people think. He's going to come in and compete. He's not going to just roll over and die. He's not Neto. Neto was cup tied. We couldn't even use him for half the year. But now we have Kepa. Great backup option. He can play in the FA Cup. He can play in the Carabao Cup. I would feel okay with that. I would have no issue with him starting a game over David Raya. Not in the league, not in the Champions League just yet. I want to see what he's got first. But let's start him in the Carabao Cup. Let's start him in the FA Cup. And then we'll see what happens from there. Zubimendi, obviously, we know is quality. We saw him in the Nations League. He's good. Quality guy. And that's your Thomas Partey replacement. Now, I think the reports are we wanted to bring in an additional midfielder. Now, I think that's completely changed now. I think we're going to bring in, say, one more. And I think Ugame is the guy for the Frenchman from Sevilla. I think he's the guy that we're going to bring in next, honestly. And I hope so. That's another great market opportunity. Sevilla have to cut costs. They did not perform that well in the league this year, and they need to get rid of him. He's, I think he's available for 20 odd million euros. That's exactly what we need right now. Seriously. And then again, there's your additional young guy that can develop under Norgaard and Zubimendi, two very good players. Norgaard's prime proven leader, like I said. And then you have Zubimendi, who's, had a great season. I can't say I watched too much of him, but I've seen the clips. He's a great 6. He's good at holding up the play. He's good at stopping. He's good at blocking. He's good at tackling. And he's good at playing out from the back. This is exactly what we need. We need better build-up, faster build-up. How many times did we see Odegaard get the ball in far half of the field while Kai Havertz, Saka, Marino, Martinelli, Trossard were all running up the pitch trying to get the ball, and Odegaard slows it down, passes it back to Saliba, Gabriel, Lewis Skelly, back to Timber. Timber carries it up. We've seen it. And I know that's Arteta's system and it works, it really does, but could you imagine that Zubimendi gets a tackle and he sees Kai Havertz, Saka, Martinelli making a run and just boom, right over the back line. There you go. 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 3-on-2, whatever. Fast breaks. Fast breaks win games. Counterattacks. Seriously, counterattacks. We've had I think the Premier League was voted most counterattacks. Not voted, but we had the most counterattacks. And you could see that. You watch the Premier League. You watch every game, maybe not Arsenal. We don't really have a lot of counterattacks, I feel like, but we're working on it for sure. We're getting there. And I think Zubimendi adds to that. Now we just need, I feel like seeing all of Gyökeres's highlights, all I see is counterattack goals. Long ball over the top. He's able to use his body, hold up on the ball, turn his defender, go, shoot, goal, every time. It's, clockwork for him. Seriously, clockwork for him. But, yeah, we're going to wrap up here. This is just the things I'm seeing, and I think we're working in the right direction. I really do. And to the fans out there, we have to be patient. We have to keep working and do our job. So I'm excited for us. Excited.